Well, well, well. Look what the Grendel dragged in. Glad you decided to mosey on back to the channel. Finally made it. Turns out we have a bit of a situation on our hands today. Yeah. So I observed some things that were being said in the comment section. And I'm not gonna go into too much detail on that, but it almost made me feel like I was kind of deceiving the viewers in a way. Because you ever heard the phrase that two things can be true at once? Well, I think we have a little bit of that going on here today. And what I mean by that exactly is the demonstration that was put on by our newest member to the team here, Mr. KNULL himself. You witnessed the damage, right? You witnessed the rare spectacle of being able to, oh sorry man, I cannot do that right now. You witnessed the spectacle of him being able to do stage 99 with no build at all, Proxima. And I'm quite confident that he may have been able to do it to the other bosses as well. I just didn't take him in there with no build. But I did that, and I did mention in the video, I did mention this in the video, I guess I assumed that everybody that would be viewing would know the current situation with my cards. And that was a mistake on my part. I shouldn't have done that, because that video was viewed by many more people than some of the previous videos. So I would imagine that there were many people who haven't seen some of the previous videos. You catch what I'm saying? So you saw the spectacle that was being put on. You saw the damage being done. But unless you knew the whole story, it might not give a true evaluation of where KNULL's power lies. Right? So yes, that can be true. His damage is absolutely bonkers, because it is. But at the same time, it may not be the whole 100%, clear lens looking through. And I have a solution for that. What we're going to do here today is we're actually going to contrast him with something that you are very familiar with. Some character that most players already have. They're very well aware of where this player sits in the meta. And now this way, once we do that contrast, then we know exactly which box to put KNULL into. Is he in the box that's all the way at the top of the mountain? Or is he in the box that's just a few steps down from where it appeared that he was? Because I won't lie. I will not lie to you. Because Pierce on cards does make a difference. And I have quite a bit of it. I actually have 16% Pierce on my cards currently at the moment. And I've been talking about this now. I have not got around to it. And I apologize for those who've been waiting for this. But I'm going to be doing this. I am definitely going to be doing this. I want to do this all in one encompassing video. Forging the CTPs, rolling my card, doing a little rambling and gambling, opening all these SIF chests, all that. And that's going to be coming up. Because I have 10 rolls now. And I actually did want to wait until I had 10 rolls to do this. To roll this card. And who knows, if we're fortunate enough, you might even be able to move on to another card as well. Roll a couple of them. Because I ended up on the same day with many less rolls than 10. I ended up getting this one and this one. Both blue all attack. So, in any case, I felt like that deserved a little extra explanation for you guys, right? And like I just said, the only true way to really categorize him and know where he sits properly is to contrast him against something that we are very familiar with. You need that contrast, right? So let's let's jump into this. Let's see exactly where he sits, where he stands, because right now their builds are very similar. So let me show you the builds first and foremost. My apologies for interrupting your usual broadcasting. This channel is nearly just 1 month old, and we're growing at a rapid pace. And if you want to be a part of that magic, go on and subscribe, so this way you can get notified as soon as I'm dropping another video. Alright, back to your usual broadcast. Now, if you caught the last video that I made, then you're well aware of what we did with this gentleman right here. Full stack of Odin's blessings. We treated him well because, you know what? The king in black deserves nothing less, in my opinion. Give him the best build you possibly can. Fully leveled up ISO 8 set, and he's got a really nicely rolled rage. Alright, and everything is not capped. Wow, look at that. Crit damage. Oh, you know what though? You know what? Let's go ahead and let's go on and do this. Let's switch that to crit damage there, and now we're good to go. And still well over capped on crit rate, although I don't know if he necessarily needs it. I haven't done a whole lot of gameplay with them. I mean, I think I developed, a rotation. Thing is this, I think until I'm able to take this man into ABX or KNULL, those two, I won't be able to truly properly develop the best optimal rotation for him, specifically ABX. So now the other character that we're going to contrast him with, that I feel like will be the best representation with all things level for the most part, is none other than Namor himself. And you might be asking yourself, why Namor? Well, he's a physical damage dealing character, for one, first and foremost. For two, they both have one thing in common. They both do not have all defense down on their skills, right? So, unless we could take them both into ABX today, which we cannot. Actually, Namor can go into ABX, but KNULL cannot. Where can we measure? Where can we measure, the difference? It would be nice if we could take them into KNULL, but we can't do that because, we just don't have his potential realized yet. And another note on that, I have a confession to make on that. A knucklehead I am. And I'll explain that in a minute. But they both don't have all defense down, and that's pretty much it. They physical damage dealing characters and no all defense down to influence, because we all know how powerful all defense down is when it comes to world boss, right? So without that in play, we should be able to get a pretty good demonstration of where their damage lies, taking into account the pierce on my cards. Now there really isn't much I could do about that, unless I wanted to. Now watch this, because I don't know if you realize how much this actually costs. But if I go to unequip this, it's 1,200 crystals. It's twice the cost. That's insane. So I'm not gonna do that. Plus, I don't know how I would, satisfy all the rest of the skills or the rest of the stats there, and so on and so forth. So I'm not gonna do that. I think this will be a good enough demonstration, a good enough contrast against them. So talking about his build, very similar build. Namor is missing 3 Odin's blessings, right? Sometimes they blend in together, especially the red ones here, right? But yeah, so he has 17. KNULL has 20. Okay? Not much of a difference there. Fully awakened, ISO 8 set, and he has a rage as well. And Namor has a uniform. All stats capped, including movement speed. So with crafted cards, once you start crafting your cards, or if you already have them crafted, you all know movement speed is something that you'll be able to cap off pretty quickly, especially if they have a uniform, because you could set, I mean, how many options on the uniform actually take movement speed? I'm actually curious about that. I'm pretty sure this one, yeah, movement speed there. Well, this one you always want to the attack stat. This one you may not need skill cooldown or ignore defense. You can go HP actually here, right? I could probably change it. I'm not going to go ahead and do that. We all know movement speed there. So on at least on two of the uniform options, you can get you movement speed, and that's if you don't have it on the crafted cards. So anyways, not that it's all that important, but it does make a little bit of a difference. Okay, so these guys, they're pretty equal, right? I'd say they're pretty much equal all across the board, except KNULL's only level 60 still. You know, we still have to wait until he's actually level 70. So let's jump into World Boss, and we're gonna do some runs and maybe a couple different bosses. We'll go Proxima and we'll go KNULL, right? Just to get a little bit of a variety on our hands here. So first, let's do, I think I set this team up already. I did. Now, I went ahead and I gave Namor Gladiator's lead because he offers 55% to all attacks, and he's giving himself 60% all attacks. So I think that's pretty fair. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to go in with no strikers, and we're going to see just where they fall. We'll do one full run, right? I think that should be good enough. Proxima can be funny though, just because of the frenzy buff. So maybe we'll see how this goes. Maybe we'll only go until, like, I don't know, we get stunned here. We got frozen. Let's not go. I don't know why my skills just, like, we're not hitting. That's really strange. This is not really an optimal run here, but we're just gonna run with it. Things happen, right? But that's strange. You ever have that happen to you where, like, you're tapping the skill and it just doesn't work and you're in targeting range? So I think it might be why. Yeah. I was gonna save the tier 3 if it fell into the rotation there. Again, it's like, anyways, alright. Man, your skills just aren't working. I don't know if it's me or if it's you. Hopefully we don't get a whole lot of the frenzy buffs. If that does tend to happen, what I'll do is I'll cut the run out and I'll just, I'll run it again until we get something that actually lines up pretty evenly. Again, why isn't your skill hidden, dude? And if you don't know, you always want to hit that, why didn't you go into the face? That's weird. You always want to hit that tier 3 with 3 seconds left. Now, you could let her run, or you can cancel it. I find for Proxima, I like to just let it run versus canceling. Although, Namor, right, he's got the accumulation on his tier 3, so, you can hit more skills inside that accumulation because, it's not forever. You can't keep it up all the time. Like, we're gonna attack through this. Hopefully we don't die here. Oh, you know what? I should have brought Venom for the heal. That's what I should have done. Just because Namor does not have a heal, so this might be tough to stay alive here. Hopefully we do not die. No, do not die. It's not your time yet. We're gonna hit that early just because we want to avoid that. So we're almost there. Come on, man. Get it down. Okay. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. I know it's only one number to remember, but I'm gonna write it down just because. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock. Now, under same circumstances, okay, there's no team-ups on either of these. There's no supports, right? None of these characters offer support other than Gladiator with the all-attack to Namor just to keep things even. And I'm gonna look at his skills. I just want to be sure about that. See if his 3 offers anything else. It doesn't really offer much paralysis, right? You get but his penetration is only for 2 seconds on the 3. I mean, you mainly want to, you want the 4 up, and the 5 offers the buff. So, and then on his tier 3, you have the penetration for 10 seconds. And then you have the 30% increase all attack for 10 seconds. You know what? We'll yeah, I gotta do that again. I'll end up cutting one of the runs out there. Because I didn't look at the time, and I don't want to pause the video here and go back and look. But yeah, I mean, there's pretty good damage on that too. I mean, he just has crazy damage. I mean, just it's pretty insane. Like I said, you know, I'm doing this comparison to show you that. So yeah, I mean, you could cancel into the 2 there, but with Proxima, it's a little difficult just because, you know, she's always moving, and that Clint Arcade, right? The continuous on 2, you need her to stand still. Right? So there we go. I mean, it's looking pretty good, but you know, you can't sit there for too long because the accumulation on the 4 runs out, right? You know, I should have canceled the 3 and the wait for. Maybe we can get the proc back up during this. There we go. That's exactly what we wanted. And then we can hit the 2, get the 3, get the 4 back up. Into the 5, we get the proc back up here. Okay, 343. 343. So this man, he's a minute and 13 seconds faster than Namor. And Namor is a pretty powerful dude, right? I think that should be demonstration, you know, enough. But I didn't want to deceive anybody. I don't want anybody thinking that, you know, I was a 2-timer over here and trying to pull a fast one on you. Like, whoa, look at his damage. Because I do have the pierce damage on my card, so it does influence, you know, it does influence the damage. It influences the speed of the run, so on and so forth. Also, the fact that I have 126% physical attack on my cards. So yes, high attack. Excuse me, high attack and pierce damage. So let's go into KNULL now and see what the difference is there, because you know, we all know KNULL has really high physical defense, and you know, just to see, like, you know, is this really, is this just the pierce on my cards working, or is this KNULL himself being able to, you know, being so flexible, being able to do these different world bosses that typically, right? I mean, some characters can do, some physical attacking characters can do KNULL, and some can do, you know, Ebony to an extent. But yeah, I want to give this, you know, I want to give this the proper go ahead, go here. So first we're going to take in, you know, and same thing, we're actually going to eliminate all of our strikers here. We don't want them playing any part in this. And I just kind of have certain ones set up, but here we'll take all these away, and let's go in here, and maybe we'll just go down to 10 bars. But you know, I want you guys to get the full effect, the full demonstration. So I feel like really only a full run can do justice. But you know, for the sake of the time on the video, we'll just do the 10 bars. We'll go to 10 bars and just see where the difference lies. Because let's try this again here. We'll go into our typical rotation: 5, 4, 2, 3. I mean, you could do either one. You know, I'm used to running ABX with this guy. I haven't ran ABX with him in a while. I'm actually canceling the skills faster just to fit that whole tier 3 into the proc there. And it looks like, yeah, most of his damage is actually going to be on that tier 3. Just when it comes to KNULL here, or not KNULL. So if you watch my one of my previous videos talking about KNULL and KNULL, then that should be kind of funny to you. So I was getting those names mixed up left and right. But yeah, you see, that's where most of his damage is coming from. It's on that tier 3. Well, it's at least the only place that you're actually seeing a spike in damage. We're just gonna attack right through this. I think we can. It seems like we can. Okay, so we're gonna hold off on using that tier 3. We're gonna hit it right. We could actually even hit it like a split second later. I think would work out pretty well. Yeah, we're kind of tanking this. We're gonna be doing the same thing with KNULL as well. Okay, until we get right. I don't know what's going on, but like I'm putting these skills and it's like they're just like not even working. Okay, so we're already at 3 minutes 30 and we're still not even down to the 10 bars yet. I wonder how KNULL. I actually don't even know. I don't even know how he's gonna do without, you know, any strikers or any supports, anything like that. Yeah, we're attacking right through your purple, right through your nonsense. Okay, we're gonna get them all the way down to the 10. Okay, right there. 3 minutes and 2 seconds. 3 minutes 2 seconds. Let's try this again because the proc just decided, you know what? It was lunchtime and it just went on break. It was in the break room, you know, chatting away at the water fountain. Or the water cooler, I think, as they say. Alright, come on, proc. Wake up now. Okay, I mean, I can deal with that. I can deal with being just a little late, right? So I wonder if I can save. Okay, so I think I can save that 5, right? To kind of go off here. I like doing that. I mean, can you agree that that seems to be a pretty good way to do his rotation? So yeah, I'll have to play with that more, but do the 4 into the tier 3 and then the 5. I mean, if we can get a proc. Oh yeah, we're going down. We're going to the end of 10, which is right here. Which is right there. Okay. 420. We're at 420 with our boy KNULL. So 302 was Namor. KNULL is 420. A minute and 20 seconds faster. It seemed almost about the same as Finish and Proxima. It was a minute and 13 seconds faster. Well, technically a minute and 18 seconds because Namor was 302 and he's 420 there. Okay, so let's exit this. I think it's settled. So I think Namor is going to be better for Ebony, but you know, like we have so many Ebony clears, but this is just for demonstration purposes, right? So yeah, we took him into Proxima, right? I want to settle the score on this. I want to settle the score. I want to give you guys a proper evaluation. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you don't truly know until it's contrasted. So two things could be true at once. You know, his damage could be absolutely crazy and bonkers, but it may not be exactly what it seems just because of my card situation. Now, I think he's still going to be able to do some serious work for you in World Boss, but really probably in any game mode. But specifically World Boss. I mean, you know, he could do... Now, if I gave him supports and went and threw the strikers back on, he could definitely do Ebony. You know, you guys saw it in the last video. He was doing it very, you know, pretty well, actually. So you could set him up better for that. You know, why you necessarily want to bring him in to clear Ebony, I don't know. You know, if you're like a newer account, he's one of your only stronger tunes, but what newer account's gonna actually go for KNULL or have KNULL? Unless like that's the only character you're going for, and you get Ebony as your world boss. I don't know. I feel like that would be a very, you know, niche kind of situation to be in. So you know, you could use him, you know, for Proxima for sure. I mean, he cleared that super fast under, you know, like the no support, no strikers. So you know, he's a minute. He's about, you know, a minute, what, 17 seconds? Minute 13 seconds faster for Proxima. and might not be the optimal rotation quite yet. I just kind of have an idea of, kind of how you want to, format his skills, right? But the rotation is definitely going to improve. I'm going to work on that. And then for Call, he was a minute and 18 seconds faster. Just getting him down to that 10 bar phase. He got him down. He's 420, so 40 seconds he was down to that phase. So I hope this settles it, guys. I hope this settles it, and I want to be absolutely as transparent as I could possibly be about this. So yeah, and another thing. So what I realized is, so the 50% discount to unequipped CTPs is coming up in 11 hours, and I was going to, and like I said, I've been talking about this, doing the the forging of the CTPs, the card rolling and all that. I want to fit that into a single video, and I actually have, so there are multiple CTPs that I didn't shut the damn notifications off. Gosh darn it. There are multiple CTPs that I'm yet to take, that I want to take off characters to actually use in forging an energy. But unless I do all 3 of them at once, I might not necessarily need all those. But there are some that I want to take off and I actually want to use. So I think I'm going to wait until that's actually in effect. Right? So in 11 hours, that's when I'll start doing all that stuff. Because I have, like I said, I'm going to save all my Shadowland chests, and I have all these Sif boxes. Actually, you know what I think I might do is I might get all of the Sif boxes, every single one of them that I can get. Because there's still 8 of the smaller ones left. And maybe I'll get all of them, and we'll pop them all open all at once and see what we get, right? Because it actually has some decent stuff in there, right? So they have the 6-star cards and all that. I wouldn't even want the rank up tickets, to be honest with you. But anyways, guys, all right, I hope you enjoyed that. All right, we came back in and we did our thing, and I'm going to be bringing you some more KNULL content. If anyone wants to see me bring him in the timeline, because what I'll do is I'll take this regular old rage off and I'll throw a regen on him. All right, and you know what? Maybe I'll even make one of these a mighty. I won't go for the super success, but I'll go for a mighty, because all you need is another regen and the cubes, and I have a lot of those cubes, and not in this one, down here. I have a lot of these cubes. I have 2,200 cubes. So, and they're just collecting dust. So anyways, I could throw that on him and take him in a timeline and see what he can do. So if anyone wants to see that, let me know in the comments. Also, another note is for the streaming situation, I'm working on that. Now that might not be for another week or 2 possibly, but I want to make sure that enough people actually, will join us on that. Oh, and by the way, I created a Discord server, right? Just for this channel, just for, my friends, my alliance, my community, my compadres, and that's growing. There's a good amount of members already. That was just done today. And I'm going to leave so I invite you to that. Anyone who wants to join us there, the more the merrier. I'm going to leave that in the description, the invite, the link to the Discord server. So yeah, please join us there. All right, I'm going to stop jibber-jabbering. I feel like there's some things that are left to be said, but you know what? I'll touch base on that in the next video. Oh yeah, the streaming. That's right. So I'm working on that. But if you want to show some support, let me know in the comments. Say, hey man, I'll join you there. I'll check you out. I'd love to see that. And as mentioned before, that's going to give me the motivation, like, okay, a lot of people want to check this out. A lot of people will be there. It's going to give you the motivation to get that situated and set up. So, with that being said, thank you for moseying on down to the channel today. And you, my friend, you stay tuned. You stay breezy. But most of all, you stay safe out there. I'll catch you in the next one, friend.